In today's video, we are refilling my restaurant kits. The restaurant kits are what I take to restaurants, but you can use them in not only restaurants, but car trips, airplane trips, car rides, doctor's office, church, all sorts of different ways, whatever way you choose, but the contents can remain the same. So I'm gonna show you what I'm putting inside of mine this time because I am refilling them. Hey you guys, it's Christina from the Purple Alphabet. We're filling up the good old restaurant kits. I love these restaurant kits because they just give me a little peace and quiet and happiness when we are getting ready to wait for our food. But I love these cases. I get them from Daiso Japan. They are $1.50. You can find them on Amazon in my Amazon store. They do cost more because they are coming all the way from Japan. But you can use anything that you have, book bags, backpacks, any other kinds of cases. The sky's the limit, but I do encourage something that is nice size and small. I just happen to like these because they have a great handle on them. They have a hard shell, they snap closed, and I can see through them, and so they just work really, really well. If you would like to check this case out, I'll put it below in a link to my Amazon store. Also down there is the subscribe button, so if you are new, I would love it if you were to join us. We do educational activities for kids and ideas and inspirations to learn through play, and say hi to me down in the comments. I love it when you leave a comment because I get to read them all and it is one of the best parts of the day. So make sure to say hi or hello or tell me about what you're doing. Whatever it is, I love to read it. And now I want to show you what I'm putting inside this time. I have two children, ages 6 and 7. If you want to see older videos where I was putting things in for when they were little, because I've been doing this YouTube thing for a while, you can check out those older videos in the playlist down below for some of my older restaurant kits ideas to get you inspired to create your own. Let me show you what I'm putting in it. Can I make a confession to you guys that I actually cheated? I have refilled these kits and didn't show you and give you a recap of what didn't work, because I usually will show you what was in it before and give you an example if it worked or not. And I didn't because we left for our trip for Hawaii. Probably saw on Instagram, and so I just quickly switched out things that were more suitable for Hawaii. So you're gonna see kind of a mix of what was in there plus some new stuff plus what I'm gonna refill them with today. We did use them in Hawaii, but not as frequently, so a lot of these things weren't used since then, but I'm gonna show you anyway. So this first book hasn't been used yet. This restaurant kit is for my 7-year-old, almost 8. These are called wordplay books. They're from the Dollar Tree, and they're basically Mad Libs, and that's why I kind of like them. So you just fill in the blank with noun, adjective, verb, exclamation, all kinds of things, and you read your story. My kids are super into these. They started to become very into them around 1st grade. So I'm gonna keep this in here, but I'm gonna put it aside for now. We have some writing sheets. It looks like we were practicing our writing on our own. So these are just plain pieces of paper that I got out of a pad, and I've been putting them in, and they actually will just write their own stories. I was kind of surprised. So this is just something that they wrote on their own, and I think I might do that again because it was such a huge success. So just lined paper, you guys. That's all that was in there. This is a notebook that we got from the American Girl doll store when we went there in New York. Looks like we have some drawings in here, but that's about it. I'm gonna pull that aside. We were in New York, so I just slipped it in their kit. Tell me a story cards. I always pack these from time to time in our restaurant kits because they just work. And so my kids do all kinds of different variations. Usually the whole table will do it, or they'll do it with their own stories for themselves or on their own. And so these have been a hit, and that's why I slipped them in here for our trips because I knew they would be great because we had a lot of family with us. These come from the Target dollar section from time to time, but they're just picture cards. So in case you haven't seen them before in the past, I'll show you. And you have to ignore my marker on my hands from a previous video I was filming before this one, but they're just blank cards, not blank cards, they're cards with pictures on them, and you just make a story based on the pictures. I've used these lots of times, and they come back from time to time and have been very successful. I do have a video on storytelling prompts that you might want to check out if these are of interest. The markers, these are the Super Tips 5-pack that come from the dollar store, Dollar Tree to be exact, and they are just basically your markers, 5 of them, and I just like that they're nice and slim in a small pack, and they fit in here very well. These are stencils from the Dollar Tree, which we really like too. They were in our learning section, so we've been putting those and stenciling some letters. That's the letter set. This is another thing that I got from New York when I was visiting there. It's a Calico Critters coloring book, an activity book. Looks like it was kind of started, but like I said, we just slipped that in there because we were there, and then it came with some stickers, it looks like. Here's some more of that lined paper. Looks like we didn't do that one. The Boggle book came from the Target dollar section too, if it's like the game Boggle, but it's just on paper. She doesn't know how to do this, and I didn't get a chance to teach her how to do this. So I'm just going to put this aside for now. Here's her blank book from Target, which she can do stencils on, and then her paper. And this was also from the American Girl doll store that I slipped in there, which wasn't used quite yet, as was the hand lettering guide. Also, they gave us this little sheet, which isn't about me, that I slipped in there. So we got these things when we were in transit, so I just stuck it in there. That's why they're there. And then these blank My Story books. These come in a bigger pack from the Dollar Tree. Looks like we got more paper. And then some activity books. I don't know if we've actually started them. No, I just put it in here because I knew it would be a recap. This is super easy for her, but I wanted just something to keep her busy. So she has not done this one at all. And this one, not at all too. So like I said, I filled these in really fast. This one's more difficult. I filled them in really fast because I knew what we needed things just to have in here from when we went on our trip. Oh, and here's a picture from Hawaii. It is a dolphin. Okay, so we're gonna fill up hers. I am gonna put these back in here just because they're here. I don't think she needs both of them, so let's just get rid of this one for now. We'll keep that for later, you guys. You might see it again. So this is a math book from the Dollar Tree. It's K-1. It's a review. It's easy for her and really just kind of a busy work, I would have to say, but she likes it. I'm going to put back the My Story books just because I think they're great. They're just lined paper and a picture, and they can write their own story, and because their lined paper was such a hit, that's going back in there too. Here's an example of where that paper came from. So you just get an idea. I just buy it in the pads like this and I tear it out. And it worked really, really well, you guys. I highly recommend that. I'm going to be doing a video about graph paper and things to do with graph paper. So I'm going to put this in here just because I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it. This came from Daiso, but you can buy these books right now at Target in the back to school section, or you can buy the loose graph paper. I just want to see how they naturally use it and play with it. I'm just curious. So we're going to put that in there for her. While I was at Dollar Tree, I did find some new Draw With Me books. We've had like some success with these sometimes and some not, but I like that these have a little section to draw on the actual page. I think it's a little less intimidating. So they had 3 different ones: wild animals, ocean animals, and farm animals. I think she'd probably like the ocean animals. We're gonna try it. Now, as you can see, this one is just kind of getting full of books, and I'm kind of okay with that this time around. I'm gonna go ahead and put her markers in here and her wordplay book back, and then she's gonna get a new set of the gel pens from Daiso. I just love those, and another stencil. So I have 2 that I haven't opened yet. I think I'm gonna do the shape stencils for her. Maybe, just maybe, she's gonna use it with her graph paper. I don't know, we will see. So I'm gonna place that in there as just a different option, and I'm keeping this one really simple, you guys. I'm not getting too complicated. Oh, wait, I do have one more thing, which means I have to go get a dry erase marker. So this is a fraction board, came from the Target dollar section, and because we're using the graph paper, I'm putting this in here too. So if you watch my video, you'll know why that this becomes kind of a great thing to use with that graph paper. So on here we have the pie chart, and then you can draw it out and you can write the numbers down here in the bottom, and then same on here. So I'm gonna go this in here just to see. We're just experimenting, you guys, to see what happens. And I'm gonna get a dry erase marker. All right, let's see how that goes. We check to see if it all fits, which I'm pretty sure it will, and it does. Keeping it simple, you guys. All right, so that's just it for that one. Nothing too fancy this time around, but it's all refreshed and ready to go. I just saw the blank book that I kind of want to slip in there because I have some room. We're gonna put that in there too. Why not? Now we're done. Here's my younger girls. She's got some of the same things that I just put in there too, like the markers and the American Girl book and the stickers that are used from Calico Critters. She also had storytelling cards, which worked really well. Love those, but we're gonna put them away for now. And she had her dinosaur blank book, which she's been doodling on. Looks like she's really doodled in it. Oh, wow, wasn't expecting that. And she had some tracing cards. Hers were the animal ones, but we'll switch those out for a different one. She had that same Calico Critter book that we got in New York. She'd worked on already. She had a wordplay book, but I don't think it was touched. Nope. And then some of that stuff that we got while in New York again. I know, I just was putting stuff in here left and right. Her blank paper, there's still some left. And then her My Story, which I think she started. Did she start? I saw her open it. Maybe she didn't. No. Okay, so we're gonna keep those in there, and then here are some of her writings she did. Okay, I'm gonna clear this out. We were in Hawaii, so she drew a sea turtle. Totally cute. With her, I'm going to try this book, which I got at Five Below. It is the Grade K Math Word Problems, and I just want it in here as a review, just kind of work with her. I do think this is going to be easy, so she should be able just to breeze right through it. It's a pretty thick book. We're going to add back in her manuscript paper and these two little story things from the Dollar Tree. Her new blank book, this one is just like a blank cover one too, so she can create with that. Now, I'm gonna give her a graph paper book too. This one's the duck one. And then with her, I think, I'm gonna do the wild animals. Once again, lots of books. I do have to mention, I put this on the side, that this checkers was in here, and she really, really likes this. So if this fits, barely you guys, I wanna keep it in here because this has been fun to play when we've been at the restaurant. She really, really does like that. I have a fractions card for her too, but I'm not sure she's gonna use this, so I'm gonna leave this out for now. She is gonna get some new markers, and then here are her, new pens, and then there are her markers. I have another stencil to use, so I'm gonna see if I can slip this in here, even though hers is getting kind of full, and that should do it. Now, I did wanna mention this too. This came to me from Educational Insights, and I haven't tried this yet. If you've tried this, please let me know what you think of it. This is the preschool level 2, so it's a little bit older for my children, but I just wanted to show it to you because they sent it to me to take a look at, and I think it might be a great option for the restaurants, or if in your car kit or in your airplane bag, because it's a great preschool level activity. It's Hot Dots Junior. This one is Pete the Cat, Preschool Rocks, and it says it's for ages 3 to 4. I just want to show it to you, give you some ideas. I'm gonna close this up. Will it close? Come on, close. There we go. So I wanted to show it to you because I know I have a lot of you out there with preschoolers, and I want to make sure I get some preschool ideas in there. I'm gonna open this up. I have never opened this before. How do I open it? Ta-da! Okay, so it says there's 200 interactive lesson plans in here with our little Pete the Cat. He's our pen. I'm gonna take out the book. There's a couple books in here. Oh, that's cool. So we have book 1 and book 2, and it looks like an instruction booklet here, and some stickers and a reward card. That's cool. So I want to take a look at the first book. So these are very small to fit inside a small backpack. This is probably big to fit in the boxes that I use, but you could also put this in a little bag too. So if you're just going to take all this is probably all you would need, I would think. So this is called Preschool Rocks. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Look at all the different activities in here. The way this works, looks like you have a question and you have to use the pen to mark the dot for the correct answer. And so we have different kinds of things about letters in here, letter sounds, and counting, shapes, all of that basic preschool stuff that you need to know. And then here as well. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a battery in here and give it a shot. So we got our batteries inside of him. I'm going to turn him on. It says he plays music and his eyes glow. If the answer is incorrect, his eyes are going to turn red. And if the answer is correct, his eyes are going to turn green. So right here it says, which is the missing half? If I try doing the right answer, his eyes turn green. Wrong answer, his eyes turn red. So he plays music, he glows, and then he's got 3 different music levels. Or you can mute him so it doesn't make any sound at all. So let's see what else we have in here. Which letter comes next? H-I-J-K. There he goes, H-I-J-K. Played a little song there. And then wrong answer. So this is a great interactive game, very simple. You can turn the volume off if you need the volume off. And this whole book is filled with different activities. This is just a great travel game. I'd highly recommend it to consider for your preschool leveled restaurant kits. Also sent to me from Haba was this tin, which I've showed you guys things like this before, I think way back in the past, and I think they're excellent travel games because it just comes in one. You can slip this in a backpack or you could take it as it is, and it's a magnetic playset that comes with different kinds of scenes and cards, so I could put them here right into my tins like that, and then I can place my magnets onto the scene and have Imagine to Play. So there's all kinds of different magnets here. Let me show you the different sheets. Definitely like the sheep and pigs. And so with sets like this, not only does it foster imaginative play, it definitely fosters language development, role playing, and storytelling. So I'm just punching out a couple of them here. They just come right out, and you can imagine the different scenarios that you have. If you wanted to do one scene at a time and keep all your characters here, you can, but they're great because they're magnetic and they're not going to come off. Good for a car if you want all the pieces to stay together, and they all travel together in the one tin, so you don't have to really worry about storing all the different pieces. Another great option for the younger kids, and this one's from Hava. What are you loving inside your restaurant kits? Let me know down below in the comments, because you guys always have the best ideas. I mean, really, truly, you guys have the best ideas, so I love reading what you have to say. Plus, other people will go down in the comments and read it too, so feel free to share everything you are putting in your kits. Click subscribe to see more videos like this, and give me a thumbs up to show your love.